Okay. And welcome, everybody. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit here. There we go. Let me know how everything is over here. I'm checking everything here on my end, and it looks to be good. I think we got it set. It was lagging a little bit, but I think I was running too many programs at the same time. We got it fixed. We got it. We're going good. So, welcome everybody to the processing party. Yes, and I just want to make sure, let me know how the music sounds on here, if it's not too loud or if it is too low. I think we're good. I think we're all set right now. We are set. So, tonight's episode, what we're going to be doing is we are just going to go over 2018. How this year has treated all of us. The year started off with me just having one laptop. And it went well. I was running 720p, and we were having some internet issues, and it was really bad. I would cut out, didn't sound that great, the images didn't look all that great, but as time went along, we got a lot better. Now I'm running two laptops at the same time. We got the mount back. Supposed to be clear on Tuesday, so we should be ready to go. And what we're going to be doing is we're just going to look at a few images and whatnot from what I've gotten since the beginning. Let me pull up Deep Sky Stacker. Get that going now. And again, let me know if it's lagging at all, if it's running bad. Just let me know. Because I tried to get a format going for tonight, as doing like the best of, as we started the year off with getting M51, and this was back in June. May or June. The year didn't start off great only because the weather was terrible all the way up until, oh man, it was probably like March or April, and the weather was terrible. So we really didn't get much to start the year, but then we really kicked it up in June and July. So let me pull up M51 from when I got that. Let me go to processing. There it is. M51, there it is. Now I've already reconstructed these, so these ones are already set. Let me exit out of this. That's gonna be done in a second. Okay, cool. Also, if you're noticing, the sub count went way down. Apparently, there was a lot of spam accounts, apparently, that joined like crazy over the last couple of months, which I have no idea how that even happened. So, I looked into it, and apparently it was a bunch of spam accounts that just decided to just join, and it went nuts. And I didn't like that, so I went from having 854 subscribers to 737 in 24 hours. So that was not fun at all, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know. So these ones were these were taken in March of this year. It was March 25th of this year is when I took these, at about 11 o'clock at night. And these were 8-minute exposures, and I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I took 8 of them. Not bad. And these are already, again, these are already reconstructed. so you can get an idea. And actually I can zoom in on these here, and you can actually see it here. So this is M51 right here, and then what I usually do, like I said in the past, is I'm going to go through each image individually, and you can actually see which one is better. And you pick the best one. So like that one's okay. See if we can get it a little bit better here. That one's not bad. The stars are definitely pinpoint on that one, so that's really not bad. Alright, so then we're going to crop out the edges. There we go. And then we're going to use... I don't think I have... Do I have dark files for these? Let me see. Do I? Dark frames. Sky glow. I have these ones. These ones will probably work. These ones are 360. I don't know what I did with the 480 ones. But these should work. These should be fine. Okay? So as you can see here, there's the dark files on there. You can actually see there's like a little picture there. So it's not like an actual light frame. Let's see if I can find the flat files. Let me see. And then of course when I click this, you can actually see that the actual picture is going to actually go black. There, the picture is completely black, like you can see. So you know that it's a dark file. Or dark frame, pretty much. I'm going to go to flat frames. Okay, we'll use these ones. And again, these are flat frames. So what happens is you have to get it like right in the middle. So if I were to take this and you move this over, you can start to see like there's an actual like I gotta get this like right in the middle here. There you go. So like the histogram would be right in the middle. So you can see it's a flat, very, very flat image, and that's what you want, is you want to get it as flat as possible. And then offset bias frames. And I have everything all organized here. So everything is all set. And I just work on these in the background. So then we have the bias frames, which are right here. Now these are bias frames. Now I'm just going to go into a little discussion with this. The dark frame is what you take the same exposure with the cap on the scope. So if you take a 400-second exposure, the dark should reflect that. Now, I can't find them. Because, again, this was back from March. I think they're on the other laptop, but I'm not going to worry about it. The flats is what you take as you have to get the histogram just in the middle. So if you use a flat panel, you point the telescope at the flat panel. It's a light panel. And then you just take the exposure, whether it be 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. You have to get the histogram right in the middle. And then the bias frames are the fastest your camera can go. So if it's 1/40,000th of a second or 1/10,000th of a second. So it's super quick and super fast. So once we have all these, then we'll go back to the regular file, which is the light frame. Okay. And then we'll get this. And I'm using a mouse, thank God. There we go. And then we're going to hit register. And you can see we're going to get this, and I want to get the right stars. Now, of course, you can't see the background, but what it's going to tell you is you want to use the star detection threshold under the advanced tab, and you want to get it between 50 to 100 stars, and then you just hit OK. Oh yeah, these are great. That's right. Oh, I didn't do the... Even I make mistakes. I didn't use the reconstruction right here. These are the ones I wanted. There we go. make sure that when you're using a CCD camera, you always want to make sure you use the same one, because if you use a regular one, it's black and white. When you debayer the image, it turns it from black and white to color, and that's ultimately what you want. Now it's going to work. And now it's going to go. So what it's doing is it's running in the background, but what you don't see, what I see, is it's creating a master offset frame right now. It's taking the 7 that I have, and then it's using all of those and stacking those to create a master frame. Then it's going to use the darks, and then it's going to use the flats, and then it's going to create 3 master files for each one, and then it's going to combine them into the image and subtract it from the actual image itself. It takes some time as it's running. So with the dual PC, which I absolutely love, is that it can run behind the scenes. So if I were to do this with one laptop, this would be so bogged down and so lagged that it wouldn't be enjoyable for anybody. So this is running completely fine. It's running without any problems. And it's just finished the offset frames. Now it's creating the median. Now it's applying the dark frames. And when it's done, what it's going to do is it's going to create a score. So if you follow my mouse here, you're going to see it's sorted by the path. That's where it is in the actual computer. The file name, the type, so you can have it as flat, light, dark, bias. The score it's going to give it, so it's going to score each light frame to see what is the best image possible. It's going to move each image. So in other words, if you have a crappy night and the target's moving all over the place and you're not getting good, tracking, it's going to move the image, it's going to rotate it, it's going to move it, it's going to center the stars right where everything is, so this way there's no star trails or anything like that. And then it's going to do DX and DY, which is horizontal and vertical. Then it's going to create the angle, which is the rotation, the date, time it was taken, the size. Now the size is depending on the chip of your camera. So if you have a super small sensor, it's going to be a super small image. It's going to be a big, like full frame, huge image, huge sensor. So with this one, it's 3592 or 3582 by 2572. I debayered it, so it is an RGB 16-bit channel. The info is a FIT file. Then if you have a Canon or a Nikon camera, you can set the ISO and the exposure time. And then there's the FWHM, which is the full width, half maximum. That's what you can use, especially when you're using Nikons and Canons, is you can actually see the size of the star. You want it as low as possible, especially when you're doing stacking. And then beyond that, it's stacking right now, so I can't really go over there, but beyond that is sky brightness, how many stars it found, and so on. So this is a good tool. It's called Deep Sky Stacker. It's a great tool. It has all the steps. It's very easy to use, especially when you're doing imaging. It's recommended that you take these calibration frames after you finish your imaging, technically. Some people do it, some people don't, but technically you're supposed to. And with these ones, I can't find the dark frames. But I have dark frames for 60 seconds, 120 seconds, 180, all the way up to 900 seconds. I even have a couple 1800 seconds, and we're going to go over that in a minute. I'm going to show you one of the images I took earlier this year, and it was an 1800 second exposure of the Heart Nebula. Yes, people, 1800 seconds. That's 30 minutes. That doesn't usually happen, but 30 minutes, and we're going to show that one. And you're going to see the histogram and how big this histogram is. It's gigantic. So right now it's registering the images. It finished all the calibration frames. It added them, subtracted it from the image and everything. It's all done that. So now it's registering it. We're on 2 of 8 right now. And then we'll get to actually stacking them and then we'll be able to see the finalized image. Now, if I remember correctly, this night it was a little cloudy. It wasn't the greatest night in the entire world. It was back in March. But we'll see what we get. I do remember getting this, and it was a fun one. It was definitely fun. Everybody's quiet out there tonight. Unless if my phone's not working, but I don't see anybody commenting. Surprising. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. There are comments. Holy crap. My phone froze. Oh, boy. There's a lot of comments. Okay, let me catch up here. Is there a chance you can maybe get the Universe Sandbox? What is that? Is that 46p? No, this is M51. 46p will be Tuesday. It is cloudy as cloudy can be out here. So we got Jeff, Foxy is me, Tim. Has Elliot mentioned he's shooting the comet yet? No, but I'm going to get it Tuesday. Tuesday, I will get it. I can't wait. I'm super excited. Tuesday's clear. I will be out here at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, Eastern Time. Jurgen, the problem is I tried to get it longer than 2 seconds, but the problem was it was too bright. I use what's called an artist flat panel, and you can actually set the brightness, and I accidentally set the brightness too high, and that's why I had to shoot it at 1 second, but that's not too bad. And what is 46p? It is a comet. So Foxy wanted to know what is 46p. It is 46p Retanen, and it is one of the brightest comets of the year. Right now, it is sitting at about, what, 3rd magnitude? 4th? It is really, really bright. So, sorry people, I'm just catching up on the chat. Apparently it didn't update the chat room, which is stupid, but... Okay. And yes, it is right below M45, which is the Pleiades. Dee Dee, I'm glad that you got the chance to stop in. We're almost caught up here. Can you please reduce the music? Yes, I can. I'll reduce it down just a little bit. Right about there. Okay, reduced it a little bit. Alright, now we're caught up on the chat now. Finally, I apologize. I am sorry. But now we're caught up. Okay, there we go. So now it's scored it, and now we're stacking. We're on 3 of 8 right now. Let me know if the music's too high or if it's too low. I did lower it down a little bit. Let me see. It might be lagging only because this is... I think I used Drizzle by accident. Yeah, I might have used Drizzle on that. What happens is when you use Deep Sky Stacker, I think the problem, what you can do is you can use 2 times Drizzle or 3 times Drizzle, and I think I used 2 times Drizzle by accident. It does take a lot of memory off the computer, but right now it's on 7 of 8, so it's going to be done in a second. Take off my jacket, because it's actually warm in here. Close the door, so it's actually nice. I got the scope inside, so nothing is actually there. So right now we're 8 of 8, so we're just about there. All right, so and all right, so it's done stacking, and now it is going to save the image, and now it's going to preview it. And if anybody has any questions on how stacking works, or I'm sure Jeff Lucas knows, Jurgen knows, Tim, you're probably really good with it, how stacking frames work and how to use calibration frames. And some people don't know how to use them, or they're just starting out. Oh, Tim, don't be sorry. It's 2 a.m. your time. I totally understand. Because trust me, if it was 2 a.m. my time, I try to stay up as late as I possibly can. And for me, I don't know if I could ever do that. Oh yeah, definitely. It'll be up, and I'll even try to edit it too. So, whatever's easier for you. Alright, so now it is officially stacked. It is officially done. So now we can actually play with the actual settings on the bottom. And what you do is on the bottom, you're going to notice there's a red, a green, and a blue. Okay? And what you just do is you try to get them as close as you possibly can to get them... Now this is already pretty much set. Red, green, and blue is overlapping because you can actually take it and actually move it left or right. You notice that the actual histogram is there, but with the flat frames, everything actually seems to be pretty good. And now you're going to actually use the luminance, and you're actually going to change a few things. Now, they have what's called darkness, midtone, and highlight. And then for me, and again, there's no wrong way of doing this. This is just to eliminate everything. Calibration frames, I let SharpCap does do all of it for you. I do it the old-fashioned way, unfortunately. But it's not too bad. It should be good right about there. And then saturation about 20%. I'm going to change the red a little bit because it looks a little red. That should be right there. Green should be good. Blue should be good right about there. Now most of the post-processing will actually take most of the color out, so you don't have to really worry about it. That's too blue. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to mute the mic because someone is calling me real quick. Just 1 second. Of course, naturally, as soon as I get everything ready to go, I get a phone call and have to run upstairs super quick and say goodnight to my wonderful daughter. But we're going to save this real quick here. What I want to do is I want to see what it looks like close up here. Now, there's going to be some artifacts and everything in this, but I can take care of that in post-processing. That's not a big deal. And then we're going to save it. M51. Okay. Alright, so now it's saved. And now, what I can do is get Photoshop up. Now again, people use PixInsight, but I use Photoshop. Again, there's no wrong way of doing these. And we're gonna flip it to Photoshop. It's just loading Photoshop up here now. Now, am I going to do this for every single image? Absolutely not. I won't take this much time on every single image. I just wanted to show how I do it with, you know, with just one image, not all of them. So it's not going to take me 2 or 3 hours to do each one. Now, again, some people will take 2 or 3 hours on an image to get it just right. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at all. Again, this is just to show everybody what I got in March. I haven't even touched this image. I never processed this one, and it's been 9 months. So it's been a long time. I have a question. Is packing up tinfoil very hard, even close to a star, having so much energy and it dies and it turns into a black hole? Well, if you were to do that, when a star dies and it turns into a black hole, it would have to go supernova first, or it'd have to become a neutron star. And the neutron star is like, to put it in perspective, like a gram of salt would like weigh like 15,000 elephants. Like, it's so dense. Like, you would, like, you or me or someone else, if they would stand on the floor, they would actually go right through the floor, because it's just so much density. It's packed so much. So by you taking tinfoil and then pushing it in, like, really, it's kind of like the same thing as you're actually taking the mass and you're jamming it as much as possible into one little singular little spot. So yes and no. If that answers your question. I'm sure Jurgen or Jeff can answer it a little bit better. But as far as I know, a neutron star, before it goes into a black hole, it collapses on itself. Because each star has two factors. One, gravity is actually trying to push itself in, and then dark matter, I think it's gravity's pushing itself out and dark matter's pushing it in. And it's just the difference between two forces going back and forth. And then eventually when it gets old, one force gets weaker, and usually 9 times out of 10 it collapses in. If I got that correctly. I think that's right. I'm pretty sure that that's right. Hence, that's why when a star goes supernova, it swells. And then, boom, it explodes. So I think that's right. That could be wrong. Let me go real quick. I should be only about 5 minutes. So just hang out for just a couple minutes. I have to go say goodnight to my daughter. I know. Oh, sappy moment. I know. Oh. But I'll be right back. So I'm just going to let the music play, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright. So I did see a question here. Francisco has a question. I have a question. I see you touch the RGB and luminance settings in DSS. Is it okay if we leave the file without that and make it only on PS? You can. Technically, you could. There are two settings on Deep Sky Stacker where you can actually embed the changes or just leave them alone. And then you can make the changes either in PixInsight or in Photoshop. You can. Either one. Jeff, that's exactly right. That's what I was trying to say. I was trying to get to that point. Alright, so the first thing I do... I ran as fast as I could, too. There we go. I had to move that out of the way. Is we're going to crop out the end here. There we go. So we crop that. We're going to make a copy. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to use HLVG, which is Hasta La Vista Green. And we're going to get rid of the green as much as possible. So it's very subtle, but you can see it. So this is without Hasta La Vista. Actually, we're going to make it bigger so you can really see it. Is that better? How about maybe a little bit bigger? There we go. That's better. Okay, so that's with, that's without. So you can really see it. I know it's very subtle, but it wasn't too much. The next thing I'm going to do is what's called Rc-astro, and that's called the Gradient Exterminator. And then we're just going to use that. Now, I do have one pixel. That's really weird. That's that pixel there. We have what's called the cheating method, which it's always so much fun. Nobody knows. You're not going to see. What you see is gone. Shh. Nobody saw that. I use what's called the healing tool, and that's on Photoshop. It's a healing tool, so if you were to actually use that, if you see something on there that's like a blemish or something, or that's not on there, you can actually use it where it would actually just heal it away. As long as it's not within a star, you should be fine. Alright. And then we're gonna make stars smaller. Now it's just gonna run that. Okay, so now it is done with that. We're going to move it down a little bit here. That way we can get it in the middle here. I like to get it like right in the middle of the picture. There we go. That's perfect right there. Okay. And then what I could do is I can actually show you what each thing is going to do. So, like that's make stars smaller. This is going to be deep space noise reduction. And you're gonna watch this thing fly through. Okay, so it's gonna do each step, and then it's just gonna rip all the way through each step individually. You did, Jeff. I think I got your email. Yes, I did get it. About the comment? I think I did get it. Yes. And then I'll show you for space noise reduction. And then it's just going to rip through each one individually here. Zoom. And yes, this is M51. Okay, so now it's done for space noise reduction. The longest one out of all of them is the enhanced DSO and reduce the stars. This one takes a little bit. So this one's just going to fly through, but it's still going to take a while because it's so many steps. There's, I think, about 100 steps that it's got to go through. But it's already preset. So what you just do is you just use the plugin, hit the button, and then it just goes through every single one of them. And of course, you can see each one has a triangle on it. So it's running through each one that we don't see because I didn't click each one. I'm not going to do each one individually to show everybody, but it is on there. So you can actually see it. And this is a 12 gig RAM laptop. By next year, this will be up to 16. So this will run even faster. You know, because we need more power. You know, because that's the most thing. We want more power. It's the moon. I did see the moon before I started. It was clear for about 5 minutes. And then it got clouded up. Which kind of sucked. But that's okay. No big deal. It'll be clear Tuesday. I'll be out here at 7 p.m. Or 7:30, I think I put. 7:30. And I'll be out here till well after midnight. So I'm going to do a power stream on Tuesday. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have lots of fun. And just let everybody know, Wednesday is my birthday. So we're going to celebrate my birthday midnight Wednesday. So Tuesday going into Wednesday, it will be my birthday, so we will have tons and tons of fun. So don't you worry, people. There'll be lots and lots of fun that day. And then we're just going to increase the star color. Now again, I usually take about 45 minutes on each image. I'm not going to do that. Oh, you sent me a moonshot. Perfect. I can't wait to see it. I can actually pull it up here in a minute here. Alright, so we just increase the star color. Alright, and then we'll create another copy. Alright, and then now we're going to use curves. I'm just adjusting the curves a little bit here. There we go. And then we're going to adjust the levels. Go. How old am I going to be? 35. I'll be 35 on Wednesday. And there you go. So there's the image there. I'm going to do one last thing here on it. And that's what's called horizontal banding. I gotta find it. There it is. There we go. So it's just going to do the horizontal banding on this. Okay, that should have gotten rid of that band. Yeah, mostly got rid of that band, which is nice. And then sometimes what I like to do is I'll use what's called a filter, and it's under Other, and it's called High Pass. And what this will do is you can actually start to get some of the finer detail in it. And then what you'll just do is you go to Soft Light. And like if you have like a lot of nebulosity and everything, you can have it actually pop out. You're 4 years younger than me, than my mom. 40th birthday. Yeah, I'm not at 40 yet. Still got a few more years to go. But you can see how much of a wide field this is on that. So that didn't turn out too bad, really. Well, I'm pretty impressed with that. Find a kind of medium there. Up there. So we're going to save that. Okay. And we'll just save it. So then what I could do is, now we can look at some other images that we took. Let's take a look and see. Let's go back to this. Okay. Let me take a look and see what I got. 40 is overrated. Yes, it is. Let's see. Thumbnails. What's this one? Was that one? I think that one. Oh, that one was the Crab Nebula that I took, the M1. It was M1. I just put a 7 in front of it. Okay, that's what that one was. Okay. Let me see. I do remember that one. That one was pretty cool. Those were just short little 40-second exposures that I took, and I took like 17 of them. But I do remember that. Oh, okay. Here they are. Panel 1. This was the Heart Nebula. This was the one that I took when we had that 6-hour mega stream. That crazy 6 hours where I did 3 panels, one on top of the other. Let me see here. I'm gonna try to see if I can get the whole thing on this whole thing here. Okay, there it is. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to crop this out here, so just give me a second here. So if I remember correctly, I want to see how many minutes this one was, because this was the first panel. I did 3 panels. The first one was... First panel was the heart, second panel was the middle one, and then the third panel was the soul. So I did the heart and soul nebula. I'm trying to see if I can get it all on one. I don't think I can. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think I can. I'll have to cut off some of it. That's okay. There we go. Okay. So that was panel 1. And then panel 2 was this one right here. Alright, so that's panel 2. So as you're going to see, right here, this is the end of that heart, where it like goes like a V. And then down over here was the soul, which is panel 3, which was this one right here. And again, these were unprocessed. These were just stack, done. And I wanted to see if I could stitch all 3 of them together. And then this was the soul. And you could see like this right here, like there's a little bump right there, and then there's like a little bit of stuff in here. This is shot with a color camera. Now granted, if this was a monochrome camera, I could pull out more detail, unfortunately, but there was not much I could have really done. But it turned out really good. And then, this is going to take a lot of memory, I stitched all 3 together. Come on, don't fail on me. There they are. Alright, so then these are all 3 of them together. So, what this system does, and I love Photoshop for stitching, you could do it 2 different ways, okay? Photoshop is one, and Foxy, that's okay. You know, you can check it out on Monday, not a problem. This will be up for everybody to see, okay? Yeah, and this is amazing for a one-shot color camera. Imagine what I could do with, you know, a monochrome camera. And was it red? Yes. The reason why is I use a hydrogen alpha filter that makes it red, and I take the red channel out specifically, so it's only the red channel. And then I throw out the green and the blue. So we're only getting a fraction of the entire image. So it's just a little bit. So if I zoom in on this, you can actually see that it's seamless. I mean, this is absolutely seamless. Like, you can't tell where one image started and one image began, or where it ended. Same thing over here. Again, you can't tell where one started and one ended. And this was unprocessed. This was just solely just putting it all together and seeing what I was going to get, if it was going to work. Photoshop is good for this. The best to get all these together is ICE. I-C-E. That is by far your best. Because what ICE will do, it's Image Composite Editor. And that will stitch every image together where you get one full. So that way, if you wanted to get a gigantic image, that's your best bet. And total time on these 3 images were... actually pull that up. It was the Heart Mosaic. And these were taken on August... was it August? No, September 18th it was taken. Yeah, it was September 18th. So the first panel was 15-minute images. And I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I took 6 that night. So I took 6 15-minute images. Same thing with the soul, took 6 15-minute images. And the same thing with middle, 6 15-minute images. And I started the night at 9:39 p.m. and ended the night at 1:44 a.m. on the 17th. Because the best thing you want to do is when you are doing images, especially with a mosaic, I hate to do them on separate nights. You want to do them on the same night, so then you don't have to worry about it. So we could actually do the same thing as what we did. Now, we don't have to do HLVG because it's black and white, so you don't have to worry about that. What we can do is we can actually do... we can probably put this through Photoshop. So we can actually go back to Photoshop. There we go. And we can actually zoom in. We can actually zoom in on a star. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. And we can actually watch the star actually get smaller. Now with these ones, these are no calibration frames. None. Zero. None. It was just solely just the image itself. So you can actually see the stars actually get smaller just by a little bit, and it gets a little bit clearer. And good night, Foxy. This will be up for you tomorrow if you want to view it. So you can definitely take a look at it. I'll be on for about another 15-20 minutes anyways, just enough so that way you guys can see the images. Because I want to try to get as many, images as possible. So I'll probably be doing this at least once a week, where you'll get to see all the images I took from 2018 all the way up until the new year. So when I can start imaging again, hopefully. Tuesday's a rarity. That's a real rarity. That never happens. Yeah, because this was by far one of the best sessions I ever had. The session was six hours, I think, or 5 hours and like 45 minutes. It was by far one of the best sessions I've ever had, and it was just amazing. And what it's doing right now is the enhanced DSO and reduced stars. So how's everybody doing out there? Everybody doing good? I'm just going to check that email from Jeff that he sent me. Moonshot. Oh, that's beautiful. Love the moonshot. Oh, you sent me the screenshot of okay, 46p Ratanin, okay. It says that opposition is December 19th at midnight. I'll be out here at midnight on December 19th. So I'll be out here for opposition. That's amazing. That is fantastic. That's exciting. I don't think that's too dark. Well, I think that's pretty damn good for a colored camera. I don't know. What do you think, people? What do you think about that? I think that's pretty damn good. And it is going to be a black and white image, Ron. It's black and white only because it's taking one color of the four. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, because we're gonna have an awesome. We're gonna have an amazing birthday party. It's just there's gonna be cake and there's gonna be balloons and there's gonna just be it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be friggin' nuts. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be friggin' great. So yeah, it is a black and white image because it's a narrow band image, but for what you could get on a colored camera, this is probably the best you can do. Which is amazing. Whose birthday? It's my birthday. My birthday is Wednesday, December 19th, and I'll be out here on Tuesday, December 18th at 7:30 p.m., and I will be here from 7:30 all the way until 1 a.m. on December 19th. So we're going to have an amazing time. It's going to be awesome. wait. It's exciting. But the detail that this thing got was absolutely incredible. Yes, keg. We're bringing the keg. We're bringing the keg. You know, I should email a piece of cake. That would be great. That'd be phenomenal. That'd be friggin' awesome. This really turned out really darn good. I mean, I gotta definitely save that. What I want to do is probably next year, it won't be now, but it'll be early next year, is I'm gonna fill in those panels. So where you see here where it's black, like right up here, and down here where there's less nebulosity, and down here, I'm gonna fill those in so it's one big square. And then we'll be good to go and all set. And then we should be ready to go. But even I'm impressed with that image. Total exposure time, let me see. Total exposure time was 4.5 hours for all three, total. Each panel was an hour and a half. And then the Heart Nebula, as you could tell, is right here, where it goes like this, and then comes around to there, and it goes around there. And then the Soul is this big, like, it's like a log of some sort. It's right here. That is the Soul Nebula. It's the heart and the soul, which is really, really cool. Who would have thought? Yes! Yes! Throw me a gold party. Ron, send me some gold. Send me some gold. Should I lighten it up a little bit so you can really see it? I just want to see here. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit here. There, I'm going to change the contrast here. There. Change the contrast so you can see it, because the one thing that's really weird is that when you put this on YouTube, it may look bright to me, but it will be dark to everybody else. Let me see what that looks like on here. What is the focal length? I'm using the Zenith Star Apochromatic Refractor. It's 80 millimeter. And with it being 80 millimeters, it's 545 is the focal length. But I'm using a 0.8 focal reducer, so that brings it down. So instead of it being 5 point, hold on, I can't remember the exact number. Here, let me pull it up. It is 545 divided by 80. So instead of it being 6.8, it is 436 divided by 80. It's 5.45 is the focal ratio. So it's not terrible. Get a little brighter there. There we go. Then you can really see it. Yeah, I used the contrast, and then I kicked the brightness up a little bit. So to my eyes, it's overblown. But to your guys' eyes, it's going to look really good. Well, Ron, unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to the morning show because I have a doctor's appointment at 10, and then the chiropractor is at 11:30. So I got a lot going on. That looks a lot better. That looks a ton better. Yeah, so I'll definitely save this and put this on Facebook, and then we'll go from there. So we'll save as. Much, much better. And then heart, soul. Right, perfect. Save that. And then one last thing before we call it a night. And that is, I wanted to show everybody the 30-minute image that I took of the heart. Now, these don't include the 30 minutes. I should put that in there, but I wanted it to be a flat image. So every image was all the same all the way through. So what I'll do is I'll go back to this one. And pull up the 30-minute image here. I think it was this one. Gonna load it, so it's gonna take a second here. Well, Ron, what I was saying earlier is YouTube every month will go through and check everybody's subscriptions, and we'll see if they have any spam accounts. So what that means is there was a whole bunch of people that were spamming, subbed to my channel, and YouTube deemed it as somebody spamming. Pretty much. And there was 100 of them, which sucked. So I lost 100 people, which, it's not fun. I'm not liking that. But it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't, you know, get that back. It's just what it is. But you just got to keep going. You just got to, you know, keep trying, and hopefully, hope to God that I get a whole bunch more people back. I do try really hard. This happened to me in October, where I was at like 745 and then lost 100, and I was down to like 620 in like a heartbeat. I was like, this sucks. I was like, this is terrible. I'm like, how did I lose that many people? Hello, Justin. And yes, Venus, it is beautiful. When things come together, it is absolutely phenomenal when things come together. Alright, so I pulled up the wonderful 30-minute image here, so I'm going to take this here. And properties. Okay, yes. Alright, now I want to... trying to get it where I can fit the whole damn image in here. Just give me a second here. Window capture, transform. There we go. Let's see if we can get more of the image here. Alright. Bottom. That's good there. Alright, that's good. Alright, cool. So then, this is the 30-minute image. Now, what I want to do is I want to get the histogram up so everybody can see that, because that's ultimately what I want to show people. If anybody's ever used Nebulosity, Nebulosity is a program that you can use for stretching images and doing a whole bunch of stuff on there where you can debayer images. Like, I debayer images all the time. Shoot, wrong button. Darn it. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay. Even when you're prepared. Even when you're prepared and you do things, you still have to work for it. So I just wanted to show everybody just where the histogram is. There we go. Oh, just wait. Just wait. All right, and now I'll bring that up here. Alright, 400. 600. There we go. That's what I wanted. Alright. Okay. Now that's a histogram. I mean, that's incredible. Now, when you take like a 1 or 2 second image, there's going to be like a little spike. Like the spike over here will just be like, nothing. So, now let's have some fun with this. Now, we're going to track this over. Okay, so now it's going to get super bright. And now we're going to move this over. There we go. Wanted to get the whole damn image. There we go. That's what I wanted. Now this is one single image. If you can imagine this. This is one image. This isn't just stacked. This isn't, there's no bias frames. There's no nothing. And that's incredible. I mean, if you can imagine that, that is... We'll zoom in here and then you can really see it. Some of the stars looked a little oblong, but for it being a 30-minute image, that's not bad at all. Now I can go to another image here. Let's try this one. Open file. Oh wait, shoot, that's not the OSC. Cancel it. I screwed up. That's not the one that I wanted. That's the one I wanted. Yeah, that one's better. That one's much, much, much better. There we go. Now, the stars on this one were, and I mean, tell me that those stars are pinpoint. That's the center of the heart. Now, I could take the histogram down, and you could tell, I mean, look at, this is the histogram all the way down. I mean, look at that. Those stars are pinpoint at 30 minutes. I mean, I had fun with this one. Yeah, it was such a great night that night. I took 3 of them that night. What else we got here? What else do we have? Open file. Oh, I remember this one. This is the SH2. This one I remember. This one was pretty cool. This one wasn't the greatest in the world, but again, you're talking something that is a colored camera. Oops. This is what was the Bat Nebula. Yeah, we'll get this here. What I'm doing is I'm saving these stuff so this way I could just flip back and forth on nebulosity. There we go. There we go. So now you can see it. So this is SH2 129. I'll move it over this way so you can see it. The exposure time, I took 6 15-minute exposures on this one. But you can see it, it goes like around the corner here and then swoops around this bright star, which is right there. So it's called the Bat. Well, do you actually physically see the Bat? This would be like the middle part here of the Bat and then its wings. So, yeah, to a certain extent you can see it. Not great, but definitely see it, which is kind of cool. What else do we got here? This one, I think, was this the sunflower? Yes, that was the sunflower. And again, this was really small, because I just took a little snip bit. But that is the sunflower, which is M63. Which one were you talking about that had a bear in it? Let me go back. Hang on. Well, I think you were talking about, that was the IC-1805. That was the heart that I did. Now again, these were all taken this year. Process Party is just what I just show images that I've taken over the past year and process the images in front of everybody. 7822. Oh, wrong button. Process parties are always fun. $78.22. I'm trying to remember It was a little nebulosity which was right in here. And that was it. This was it. This was all I could get on a 7822, which is at the bottom here. I'm going to show you, which is right there. That's it. What wasn't much. This one was a little bit of nebulosity. We did VDB1, which was always fun. VDB1 it's the same remnances of M45, which is the Pleiades. And the Pleiades has that blue gas around the stars. Well, VDB1 does the same thing. And it's really, really cool. And I'm pulling this up right now. It's taking a little bit of time here. Come on. Never did stack this one. Might be lagging a little bit because I'm trying to take it off the server here. Come on. I have a OneDrive. Well, maybe if I exit out of this, maybe that might help. Maybe that might help. Come on. Come on, computer. Go. He's running at 600. Come on. Alright, it's just about done, so give me a second here. But a little bit about that NGC 7822. It's a small, young star forming complex in the constellation of Cepheus. The complex encompasses the emission region designated, which is 2,900 light years away. And it wasn't bad, but it's really small. Very, very, very small. Alright, so let me change this up. One thing is, I wish I would have had this set for everybody, but... Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, so then with this one, this is VDB1. And this was just a 5-minute exposure. But you're going to notice, though, the histogram changed. So with the histogram changed because it's only a 5-minute image, and it wasn't a 30-minute image. Okay? What's really cool about this image is that we're going to try to see if we can bring out a little bit more here. Whoa, way too much. That hurt everybody's eyes. Okay, so I'm just trying to get this a little bit brighter, so this way everybody can see it. So, there's a bright star in the middle, as you can tell. Duh. So everybody knows there's a bright star there. And the bright star that's in there, that one is called CAPH. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's CAPH. Kaf, I don't know, but it's CAPH. That is the name of the actual star. That's bright star. That is a second magnitude star. So that one you can see with your naked eye. VDB1 is this right here. These 3 stars that you see here, that's VDB1. If I were to take a bunch of these together, you would actually see some nebulosity in there. So let me see if I can find a better one here. That one was number 8. Let's try number 9. Hopefully number 9 will be a little bit better. And those 3 stars that you see there, it's an 8th magnitude star, an 8.7, and an 8.2. Those are your 3 stars that are on there. But if you look at it carefully, and this is really cool, do you see this right here? There's a gap of no stars. It's definitely visible. You could definitely see it. It's a dust lane. And if I was in a like a non-light polluted area, you could definitely see it. It'd be really, really cool. I'm just uploading another one here from that day. Now, these ones were taken on August 20th. When I was out there that night, and God, I think it was about 17 of them, I think? 17 300-second images? Yeah, it's about the same, but it's not too bad. And if I could zoom this in here. Yeah, the stars look bad on this one. It was a very bad guiding night. I could zoom in on it. You could definitely see there is some nebulosity right in here. You can just barely see it. I just wish I had a better image. Let me see here. Let me try that one and see if that one's better. Southeastern Arizona. Hello, Cosmic Lettuce. And actually, everyone should subscribe to his channel. Just recently have visited his channel the last few days and have joined in with them. And he does astronomy, just like myself. And everyone should go and check it out. It's Cosmic Lettuce. And then what I will do is I can post his... Well, let me add him as a moderator. Definitely do that, because everyone needs to be a moderator. I gotta get that in there, too. Let me go to his channel, and then I will post his link to his channel here. Copy link. Back to this. Done. So definitely check out his channel. He's on pretty much every night. Just talking about astronomy, talking about news, talking about things that are happening around NASA or anything like that, anything that's going on. He's on pretty much every night. So that's always a good thing. And they are on Discord, so you can definitely check them out. Those look just as bad. Shoot. This was a 10-minute image. They look terrible. Ugh. Those don't look bad. Apparently that was a bad night. But you can, but again, you could see the dust lane in there, where you can actually just see how it goes down and then it hooks around. You could definitely see it, which is really cool. I mean, that is really awesome. That's awesome, Ron, that you subbed, because they do a lot of good things. Tim Robinson, who was in earlier, he is part of Cosmic Lettuce. He is part of all of that in that group, and that's where I met Tim, and that's why he came over to here. So, yeah, you do it every day. I've noticed that. And what you do is you set up the stream, you set it up early, so this way everybody can see it. which is super awesome. And you just finished the live stream tonight. 2 hours UTC. Yeah. Which is super awesome. Well, Ron, you can ask him. I'm not asking him. Ron is Radio. So Ron does his own radio station on Mixlr.com. And Ron does his own station, and he does interviews, and he does a bunch of things. So he does a bunch of things. You know, music and interviews and all that wonderful good stuff. Oh, that one's much better. Oh, that one is beautiful. That's the one I was looking for. Where you can actually see the nebulosity. Now that's perfect. Yeah, that's a good one. Nice. So that's pretty much the night. Pretty much in a nutshell, really. The last and final image I took. Now this one was from 2.5 years ago. This one was taken a long time ago. And this one was taken with my Orion G3 camera. Now, I'm not using the Orion G3 anymore. I still have it. I just don't use it. But it is a nice little camera that picks up a ton of detail. And I'm going to pull this up so everybody can see what this can pull up. This is a wonderful object. I would love to get this in 2019 and revisit this. And I will. And I will go all out with this one. So here it comes. It's coming up right now. I'm just loading it. I have these all on the OneDrive, and I kind of made that mistake. I put it on OneDrive instead of actually transferring it over. So you have to actually download each image individually, which kind of is poopy, but that's okay. Alright, so now it's downloaded. So now I can actually just pull it up here. The object's name is IC5146. And this was a 5-minute image that I took with the Orion G3. I also took it with the QHY9C, but I did it in hydrogen alpha, only because I wanted to see if I can get some hydrogen alpha out of it. But this one was pretty sweet. Oh, not this one. Darn it. No, I don't want that one. That's not the one I wanted. No, wrong. Oh, here they are. Duh. Oh, wait, that's... No. That's the one I wanted. Okay, sorry. Alright, I found it. Now, what I mean for this one, it's a smaller sensor, so you could see how small this is. Oh wait, that's part 2. I had to split it into 2. Why do I keep going to part 2? That one's part 2. There we go. That's the one I wanted. Okay. Alright. Alright, so this is IC5146, which is the cocoon. And this is just one shot with the Orion G3. And you can see it right here. Now, Jurgen took this in August, I think, or July, I think. Or July or August, one of the 2 months he took this. Now, this is with a rudimentary camera on a Sigma lens that costs no more than $100. But this turned out phenomenal. And I did 2 parts, and then I stitched them together. And this turned out really, really good. I was very impressed with this one. And I took... I think I took 9 or 10 of these, I think. And these were 6-minute images. And I can preview each file here. Here. I was just loading up each one individually. Looking at this on the phone, this looks freaking awesome. I didn't think it looked that good. I definitely want to get this again. This telescope was located in North Tonawanda, New York. So I'm in Western New York. And this wasn't even a telescope. This was off of a Sigma lens. It's a, what the heck is it? I can't even remember. 300 millimeters, I think? Hang on, let me grab it. I have a question. Was I on mute the whole time? No, I wasn't. Okay. Did I just hit the mute button? I think I did. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I accidentally hit the mute button. I don't know. That's one of those weird things that you do. Okay, so it is a 400 millimeter. It says Apple, but it's really not an apochromatic. It's a lame way of telling you that it's apochromatic, but it's really not. So it's not bad. It's a Sigma lens. It was what you would use for a Canon camera. And all I just did was I just put the Orion G3 on the back of this, and then just started taking images. And I was doing, you know, 300 seconds up to 1,000 seconds. Okay, the other was okay. I just wanted to make sure. I don't know what the hell I was doing. But yeah, it's not bad. It was actually really good. I was very impressed with it. There's one image. That's the next one. That's the next one. That's the next one. That's the next one after that. You can see it starts to get a little bit darker. But not bad. I was very impressed. And the stars looked really good that night. This was 2.5 years ago. I have yet to come back to this object. So, maybe one day I will come back to this one. I think I will. Let me see where it's located in the sky. Let me see. NGC 5146 center. Yeah, this is going to be like a May thing, I think. I don't know. I don't It'd be a good time to get it. Well, maybe not. Looking to see exactly the good time to do it. Yeah, April, May. So next May, I'll go out and get it. Yeah. So people, remind me next May. I want to try to get it. So I'll put that on my wonderful to-do list of things to do. Yeah, they really are. I thought that, I mean, the camera is great. The camera is phenomenal. The things that I got with this camera. The only two gripes that I have about this camera is, one, the sensor is too freaking small. And two, the software sucks. The software is the worst software. If I had to write a review, I would say, fix your damn software. Orion Camera Studio is the worst studio program I have ever used. You plug it in, and you start it up, and you hit capture just to do a preview image. We all do as astronomers. It crashes. Not once, not twice, but it continuously keeps crashing, and you have to run a sequence in order for it to work, but it's a pain in the ass to switch back and forth, and then it fails. The other thing with this camera is it's a 4-sensor camera, 4 colors. It's not the typical red, green, green, blue, or the red, green, blue, blue, or red, red, green, blue. It's CMYG. It's cyan, magenta, yellow, and green. So, it's different. And then to actually physically try to process the image, it doesn't work on Deep Sky Stacker. For some stupid reason, you go to the 4-color sensor, and you try to stack it, and you do everything, it doesn't work. It's a pain in the ass. It's one of the worst cameras I've ever had to do to try to get an image. So you have to literally stack them individually in nebulosity, do a post-process, which is P-Proc. Then you have to actually go in there and actually eliminate all the red and green colored pixels, which I don't do here. But you can see them right here. There's a red one right there. There's a green one right there. Here's a red one and a blue one there. So you literally have to go into each image individually and actually take them out. It's a pain in the ass. It's an absolute pain in the ass. What's also cool about this object is I went and did it as a 2-panel. So I could pull up the second panel, which was towards the bottom, which is over here. And you notice, though, on this left side, you notice that there's like a dust lane. And this dust lane continues down on the left side, which is really cool. So I have to really work with this one, but it was really, really cool. So does anyone want me to keep going? Because I don't know if I have anything else here. Let me see. What else do I got? See. Those are the Comet ones. 245. That's a lot. What else did I have? Because I got a lot here. Johnson, Pac-Man Orion. Another one that I took. This was 840 seconds. I can pull that up. Desktop 2017. There we go. M27. Here we go. That one was M27. And this one was 840 seconds, which is 600 is 10, 14 minutes. So this was a 14-minute image, and even the stars on this one turned out really good too. But again, you're getting the red, and green, and blue pixels, and cyan, and purple, and all the different colors and everything. But this one really, really turned out good. You can even have the actual center star of the actual dumbbell too. But the color of this turned out so well. I love this camera. It's just that before. And yeah, this is the dumbbell. So this is M27, which turned out really well. And these are just single shots. Single shots of this stuff. Let me see, what else do I have from this one? This is... And again, these were all taken this year. No, these ones weren't. These ones were in 2017. Pardon me, sorry. These were 2017. Alright, so this one is Pac-Man. Again, this one wasn't the best in the world, but you can get an idea. This is the actual center of the Pac-Man, and then it goes around like this, and then around this way like that. So it's like a Pac-Man. It's like num 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 num, eating it. Num num num. What else we got? What the heck is this one? 6888, but I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. I don't know what those files are. 6888. That I think that's the crescent, but I don't see nothing in that, so I'm not gonna worry about that one. I don't understand why that's. Let me check this one. This one's kind of hard to see because this is an extremely faint object. I was just very, very glad that I got it. And the stars look like crap. But if you look carefully, and I mean you have to look really carefully for this one, is you could see it right along here. It goes around, and then there's like a little circle right here. And then goes around. This is the Elephant Trunk Nebula. I know it's really hard to see. Maybe I might have a better one of them. Maybe not. Let me stack them. Let me stack it and see what it looks like. Everybody's got time, right? Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it back to Deep Sky Stacker. There we go. Can everybody see that? I don't know if they can really see that or not. Venus, have a wonderful night. I appreciate you stopping in and letting us share the presence. And I love it. It's just so much fun. Because I got so many images, and this is what's called a processing review of 2018/2017, which I have not done. So let me know. This is going to be coming up here. I got it right there. So this is the Elephant Trunk Nebula in Deep Sky Stacker. And again, this is with the Orion G3 camera. This was taken on July 12th, 2016. So this was taken a long time ago. Let me... Now this is going to be really quick. This is going to be like instant because it's such a small sensor. So as you can tell, if you look at it carefully, you're going to see that the actual sensor for the actual picture is 752 by 582, not the 3500. So it's a smaller image. So it's a smaller field of view. But you can actually get a chance to really see what the elephant trunk really looks like. It's really, really cool. Let me check my fantasy football team here to see how I'm doing. Yeah, I lost. Yeah, I got my butt kicked. Okay. That there. That there. That there. Now you can really see it. And if I zoom in on it, you can really get a chance to really see the outline of it, which is really cool. Can everybody see that? I can take this and put this right into Photoshop. We're going to pull it up on Photoshop here. Yeah. I planned on doing it. I wanted to try to see if I could do something like a roundup, as in like trying to get different ones. Oops, wrong button. Alright, so then we're going to open it up. There it is, that's what I want. Now let the magic begin. And then we're going to do gradient exterminator. And we're going to see if we can pull out the nebulosity on this thing. This saves it in a TIFF. Is it FIT or TIFF? Let me see. FIT format. So it saves it in FIT. And it saves it in FIT format so you don't have to worry about it, which is great. So now I'm just running each plugin. As you can see on the left-hand side, it's going through each one. It does. You could do RAW or you can do JPEG. I select RAW all the time, 9 times out of 10. I am not doing JPEG at all. JPEG compresses the image and it looks like junk, and you don't want to do that. That's the last thing you want to do. And you can see what I'm doing on the left-hand side as I'm going through each one individually. Again, this is not the greatest for an image, but again, this is a $300 or $400 camera on a $100 lens, getting just the simplest of images, and this is the final image. And then we can just get these hot pixels out of here. There you go. So that's the image there. I mean, that looks really cool. The astronomy tools is what you could do. It's on my website. If you go to elliot-astronomy.com, on the right-hand side is called the Processing Corner, and then you can download it from there. Now, it does cost money. HLVG is free. That one you don't have to worry about. The dynamic background, what is it? Where is it? The gradient exterminator costs money, and then the astronomy tools cost money. So it depends on what you want, like how much you want to spend. So, actually, you know what? I can pull it up right now for everybody. I'll do it right now. Give me a second here. Okay. Alright, so this is the website here. This is Elliot-astronomy.com. If you scroll down, so you get to where it says Processing Corner, which is right here. Okay? If you were to go to Astronomy Tools, that's what it's called. It's Pro Digital Software. Okay? This will take you to the Astronomy Tools website. And then this is it right here. And you would just go to download, pretty much. And that's the website that you want to go to. And you just go to add to cart, pretty much. That's the Astronomy Tools. The other one is HLVG, which that's a free one. And that's this one here. That's free. You can donate if you want to. But this is Hasta La Vista Green. So that's the other one. And then the final one, which is the Gradient Exterminator. That's this one here. It's from Russell Croman. And you would just, again, download it straight from there. But again, these ones cost money. If I go to purchase, $19.95. But so worth it. So worth it for these ones. Because they are just absolutely amazing. You definitely want to check those out. It's not a bad price for making your images like 10, 15 times better. And if anybody hasn't had a chance, check out my website, of course, because it's all right here. And of course, it says that it's freaking clear, but it's not. It's not even close to clear. But it says it is. And I'll be working on this. The last time I worked on some of this stuff was 10/14. I've done a bunch of streams since then. I haven't worked on any of this stuff, but I'll get to it. I will get to it. So, yeah. So I think we're good. I think we are good for the night. Right, so for $40, you can pretty much make your images like 10, 15 times better. Pretty much. And you could do a whole bunch more stuff, too. Like, you can add diffractions if you really wanted to. I mean, I wouldn't suggest doing them, but if you really wanted to, you could. You can make it, like, into a reflector. I don't know why you'd want to, but some people like it for the cosmetic, you know, appearance. For presentation, if you really wanted to do it, by all means, you most certainly can. Do it for small stars, because these are really tiny small stars. I've also added a bunch more music too, so I have 8 hours of music, new music that I've been spending for a while getting everything together. So it's not the same damn music every damn time. Well, there you go. Kind of looks corny, but hey, you know, people want to use them. And then Photoshop is fun to play with. You really can. You could do a bunch of things with this. You know, I mean, hey, do the diffraction spikes look corny? Sure. But it's a plugin, and it's preset for everything. Well, why not? I think it's kind of cool. And you could do... You do color blotch reduction. You can always do that too, which is always cool. But I think there's like 70 presets, I think, or something like that, or 50 presets, something like that. There's a lot. There's a ton of presets. I mean, this goes on forever. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. This is craziness. And then if you have like a lens with your Canon camera or your Nikon camera, you can always do your violet stars. You can get rid of those. So if you have like nasty purple stars, you can get rid of those. Do local contrast enhancement. Those are always fun. So I could do that real quick. So it's always so much fun. Yeah, I heard. I've been getting updates, Justin. I've been getting updates the entire time on my phone. The whole time. Not watching it, but I can tell who's winning and whatnot. I follow WWE. I do. I don't know if anybody else who watches my streams does, but I know I do. And I follow all the YouTube streams and everything. So, yeah, I think we're gonna pretty much... I'm just gonna call it a night. I mean, if there's anybody out there that has anything, or... I think we're going to end this stream. But, keep in mind, people, Tuesday at 7:30 p.m., I will be out here, and I will be ready to go. We will be getting the comment. And anything else, if anybody wants, make sure you message me and let me know if there's anything that you want me to get. Any objects. So if there's anything else that anybody wants me to get, within reason. Some people have said, "Oh, let me try to get something in the." Oh, the heater just turned on. Nice. Like if there's an object, I can't do anything in the south because the south is just so bad. I can't do it. Northern sky. So if anybody has, any astronomy app, pull it up, see what's coming up. The comet is the very first thing that I'm going to get. I'm going to get it in wide field, semi-wide field, and then I'll also get it close up. And I will be following it for at least an hour to an hour and a half. And then we're just going to keep it going all the way through. And then it's free object night. Whatever you want me guys to get. Let me check and see what's coming up in the northern part of the sky for Tuesday. Tuesday night. The Big Dipper's coming up in December. Oh, there you go. We could go after Bode's Nebula. We could get that. We could get... The Beehive is coming up soon. The Beehive cluster. The Owl Nebula. We can always get that one. The Owl and M108, which is the Cigar Galaxy. We can always get that one. So that's coming up real soon, between 9 and 10 p.m. Of course, you're going to have Orion. An object that I've wanted to get since 2015 is the rosette. Anybody raise your hand if you want me to get the rosette. Because I can always get the rosette that night, too. It's not that far from the comet, either. Hello, Bobby Burgess. Bobby, I know that you're on Cosmic Lettuce. I've seen you on a couple of times. The double star. What double star? Ron, there's 1,000 double stars. 64p Swift. Let me take a look and see where Swift is. 64p Swift Girls. Let me see. Okay. That one's not too far from the California Nebula. Okay. My question is what is the magnitude on it? It's 12. Ooh. Ooh, woof. I could try. I got it on my list. Yes, it is. So, we got a bunch of them. I'm writing them down as we speak, so this way I have them. So this way we know. So, Owl Nebula, possibly. 64p, that's the comet. So we could definitely try that. Yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to do all of that. I mean, definitely. Whoops, wrong button. Let me do that. So, yeah. So, we're going to end the stream because it's a little after 11. The magnitude for 46p. What does Starry Night, what does Sky Safari say for 46p? Let's take a look. 46p with Canon. There it is. 7.6 on Wednesday. So 7.6. That's pretty bright. Cosmic Lettuce says it's 8.5, so... So we'll definitely try it out. And how was it, Justin? Was it good? I actually got the comet last time I was out, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. But I did try it, but Tuesday we're going to do it. So, we're going to end it. So we're going to end the stream. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. There was a bunch of people that have come in and out throughout the night, which is fantastic. We had Bobby, we had Cosmic Lettuce, Justin, Jeff Lucas, you came in for a little bit, Butterfly and NYC, Venus, you were here for a while. We also had DDB was here for a little bit. So we had a bunch of people come on, which is amazing. Tanya was here for a little bit. Space TV, you were here for a while. And it's just great. It's just fantastic. Foxy as Me was on for a while. That's right. I think that's it. I think that was everybody, which is good. So, thank you for everything. And I'll be back out here on Tuesday. I already have the notification already up for everybody for the stream for Tuesday, so I will be out here a little after 7, and then everything will start right at 7:30, and we will be ready to go. The comet will be in view as soon as we start, and we will be ready to go. So, again, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful night. Thank you, guys. Bye.